Did you just happen to run into TJ at the airport? How did that happen?
Yeah, just ran into him. I guess he had just got off the plane. I was heading out of town for the weekend and got a chance to talk to him. I actually texted him a couple minutes before that, so it was really ironic that we'd run into each other and just kind of welcoming him to the family, and it was great to meet him.
You're like, hey, what's going on? Or
he was walking with a group of people with Lions gear. Obviously, we kind of knew who each other were, so it was nice to meet him.
You obviously played in a system with New England, I think, where they highlighted the tight end. I mean, different kind of people, obviously, Gronk and TJ. But what can a good tight end and having a good tight end room do for an offense? How can it help you guys?
I mean, it's huge for an offense. Obviously, it's a huge position, both in the run game, in the pass game, in every offense. So having a good player, he's young. He's going to come in and he's going to learn and grasp the things that these coaches are going to put on me. So I know he's going to be ready.
How are things looking for you right now as far as coming in and getting used to this system and getting used to the other guys? We talked to Trey Flowers earlier. He talked about building chemistry. Yeah. How are you as far as going forward with that?
I feel good. I'm in the best shape of my life. I feel confident in the offense. I've been in an offense very similar to this one for a number of years in my past, so I'm familiar with the verbiage. And it's good getting out here in OTAs, get an early jump on what these coaches like, what the quarterback's like, and how we're going to run our routes, how we're going to play the game. So this is an important time for us.
From what you've seen so far with Matt Patricia, how much of it does look like the Patriots in the way they do things?
I mean, I'm not trying to compare. It's the 2019 Detroit Lions, and that's what we're all focused on. We're not really interested in anything that's happened in the past, but we're going to learn from that, and then try to play as good as football as we can here this next coming year. So. Coach Patricia's going to coach the way he does, the way he wants, the way he loves, and we're all going to grasp onto that, follow his lead, and go from there.
What system were you referencing that you were similar to this? Was that New England?
No, in St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Yeah.
Danny, as an undrafted player, the draft this past weekend, are you reminded of your path to make it to the league each year around draft time?
Every year. I think back into when I was in college coming out, what I had to go through, the steps I had to make. And I still play with that chip on my shoulder to this day, and I always will. So that's something that will always stick with me.
And what can you pass on to the young receivers or the other guys that'll be here that are undrafted in camp and stuff?
You only need one shot, and that's it. So be ready for it.
What is there about this offense and you fit into it? You don't understand what you bring to it. You fit into this offense and what you've seen.
I'm going to do whatever the coaches ask me to do. Whatever in the run game, in the pass game, special teams. I believe I can play football at a high level, and there's a place for me on this team. So I'm going to try to fulfill my role, try to expand my role throughout the year, throughout each week, just to be there for my teammates and try to win games. So.
Danny, you've played on some great teams, some championship teams, and some not so good teams. In this stage of the offseason, can you get a sense of a team's potential, whether it's through the chemistry, the work ethic? I mean, can you sense what a team's potential is this time of year?
It's early, man. We're trying to grasp the offense. We're all learning together, and there's a long way to go. So, we're coming in. We have a great attitude when we walk in the door every day, and we're willing and able to learn. We're trying to install these plays, what the coaches want on offense and my particular special team. So we're excited and we're moving forward. So we got a long way to go. We know that, and we haven't even put pads on yet. So we're just trying to see what these coaches want us to do.
Is there one thing or attribute that all championship teams have, and something that you could give to the guys when you get in the locker room with them?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, championship level of meetings. When you walk in the door, having an attitude to get better every day, find something to get better at, and that's the first thing that I can help. Anybody that's wondering about what it's going to take to get to the next level, whether it be the playoffs, deep into the playoffs, Super Bowl. So just bringing that attitude every day, and that's where we're at right now. So.
Have you ever, total random, but did you ever watch Hard Knocks, like when you were at camps, other teams at Hard Knocks?
A little bit, yeah.
How would you feel if you guys were on it? You're one of the candidates, for it. Is that?
I've been on it before, and it was no distraction for me. So yeah.
When were you on
And, it's 2000. I was with Dallas.
Dallas.
Yeah.
Was it, find that it helps people's profiles, Is there any sort of benefits to it in that regard, I guess?
I mean, I don't know. I got cut on national TV, so I mean, I don't know. It's whatever.
Going forward from that, what have you done, what's made you survive, not just survive, but thrive in the National Football League from your beginnings?
Just my belief that I could play in this league, and I see guys that were, similar to my size and stature doing some things in this league that I felt like I could do, and I always believed in myself, and that's it.
Just one other thing on the Hard Knocks. So you do a very public job to begin with.
Yeah.
But having something like that play out on national TV.
Yeah.
How different is that? Just to have it laid bare for the world.
I mean, I can only worry about what I can control, and if we get Hard Knocks, I can't control that. If we make moves or we get traded or whatever, like I can't. All I can control is what I can control. So that's what I worry about. That's being on time, working out, being in shape, knowing the playbook, being a good teammate, and that's it. I don't care. Everything else is
As
just
a young guy, I'm sorry. Did it impact you having that played out on national TV?
no.
I don't know if you saw Kenny's Galladay's comments last week, but
Yeah.
he was really praised your work ethic, said it was driving him to be better. What would have been your impressions of him, the way he's kind of getting after it at this stage of the season?
An amazing player. We've been watching film together. A lot of our guys in our room have been watching film together, kind of get a head start on what we're going to need to do. And we got a lot of good football players in our room. A lot of roles to fill in our room, and we're going to do our best collectively as a whole to get the job done. So we're a unit. We're going to stick together, and we're going to help each other out. We're going to keep working, and that's it.